How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the best new channel on YouTube. We're changing up a little bit from last week. Last week I woke up and I felt like shit. Today I woke up and I feel fucking excellent. Similar to last week, we're going for a little bit of a walk right now, but we have different goals in mind. What we're going to be doing today, we're going to be walking into town to Walmart. We're going to be buying 4, 5, 6 different kinds of hot dogs. We're going to go into the woods, we're going to have a fire, and we're going to test to see what is the best fucking hot dog that my local Walmart has. Hey, if you're as excited as I am, stay tuned because we got a hell of a day fucking planned here. Well, I fucked that up. I thought the time lapse was supposed to do 1 hour and 1 minute, but it did it in a second. So it looked kind of quick. Big fuck up on my part. See, I never shop. I live with my parents and I don't buy fucking groceries. So I don't know what kind of hot dogs there even are. I just have whatever my mom brings home. So this is going to be a really eye-opening experience for me. I'm fucking hyped up. I'm sure you can tell. I'm sorry there wasn't a lot of recording in the store. I kind of felt embarrassed to be doing what I'm doing. And it was really busy. I didn't want to be recording people if they didn't want to be on camera. I don't know how happy I am about the selection of hot dogs in there. You know, I got stuff from every side of the spectrum. I did get 2 great value, which might not be the best quality. You know, I'm also kind of shopping on a budget. You know how things are right now in this country. I don't really have all this capital to be throwing away on hot dogs. Honestly, I think I got enough to do like a fair comparison. We got Walmart's classic, great value, original wieners. What can I say about these? I've probably eaten a few hundred of them in my day. It's just a nice classic, easy, like 90 calories, you know, 310 milligrams of sodium, so you really get all your sodium's worth with them. It's just a good all-around dog at a good price tag. There's really not much to say. I'm sure you've had your fair share. I like them. I might be in the minority here, but I'm a fan. Second in line here, we got the great value chicken wieners. And this is a new one for me, to be honest. I've never had a chicken wiener before. If you asked me 6 months ago my opinion, I would be very against anything of this nature. Chicken's something that usually doesn't even have a wiener, so to be creating them is kind of going against God. Not something I was down with, but my girlfriend, you know, has helped me experiment with many things, and she is actually very big on eating chicken bacon, which I thought was kind of a liberal thing. She makes an excellent breakfast sandwich. You know, now that I've had it quite a few times, I'm actually a big fan. I'm hoping that these chicken wieners can kind of pull the same weight that the chicken bacon does, and I'm honestly really looking forward to these ones. Next in line, we have Butterball traditional turkey franks. I got these because I thought Butterball was a cool name for franks, and I don't know if I've ever had a frank. I liked that it was called a frank. It's a little bit different. You know, maybe I should have done more education, but I don't know if a frank is necessarily different from a wiener or hot dog, or they kind of fall under the same jurisdiction. So what I'm hoping with this one, I think it'll be relatively similar to the chicken. You know, this one's also gluten-free, 40% lower fat. It's a good source of protein, and it's made with 100% turkey meat. Honestly, if you're trying to stay lean, I think this could be a good option for you. Again, I'm looking forward to this one. You know, I'm a big fan of all this kind of stuff, so I can't see that it would be that bad. You know what I mean? Like, we're not reinventing the wheel here. We're just out having a good frank. You know, I'm excited for traditional turkey, Butterball traditional turkey franks. Last in line here, because I went for a few cheaper options, I thought like the last one I really kind of had to step it up, so I went with the Schneider's Juicy Jumbos. I'm sure everyone's had one. If you've come from like a upper middle class family, I'm sure you've had plenty of Juicy Jumbos. My mom, I heard her recently complain about how much money they are now. I spent $9 on a pack of 6 Juicy Jumbos. I imagine they couldn't have been that much back in the early 2000s. You know, when we were really eating a lot of these as a family. But now, you know, with our economy and everything, it's harder to have Juicy Jumbos every second day. That's kind of something you got to reserve for the weekend now. But obviously for a hot dog video, I had to go all out and I had to spend some extra money. I'm sure you guys wouldn't have been happy if Juicy Jumbos weren't in the lineup. Again, I'm really looking forward to it. I think I might save the Juicy Jumbo for last just because it's kind of the higher end on what we have here. Sure, that'll be an excellent frank. You know, rounding the corner here, we're just trying to keep it a little refrigerated. We got Dempster's hot dog buns. You know, that's a staple. That's my favorite. That's always what we have at home. It's nice and easy. And I think one kind of bun, you know, keep that as a control throughout the different tests and we'll be good to go. Heinz ketchup. I'm a little pissed off as a Canadian. I don't even really know what happened, but I'm pretty sure that Heinz moved their plants to the States or something. You probably should switch to French's. I don't know. I remember my dad saying that years ago and we were kind of pissed off at Heinz for a little bit. It does say prepared in Canada. So maybe I'm just spewing bullshit. I don't really know what the situation there is with the big ketchup giants. I'm not saying I'm an expert, just your average Joe trying to learn some more about Frank culture and hot dog politics. So if anyone could enlighten me in the comments, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm sorry to ruffle any feathers if this might be like a sensitive topic to you. I don't have a lot of energy to be goofing off right now. I'm starving. I just wish I had 40 of something that I could cook. Just 1 second here. Let them all cool down. That's what you're supposed to do to make the taste settle in the best you can. And the thing about these is the buns are a little bit stale. Because all of the buns are stale, it still kind of acts as a control. So it's not going to really affect the taste of the dog. Number one here, this is just the classic Great Value wiener. I don't mind them. Some people might think they're too good for them, but it's really no issue for me. Cheers, guys. Yeah, this is really good actually. As you can see, there's a really good dog to bun ratio. That's kind of how you want it. You don't want the hot dog to be overpowering the bun, no matter how stale. Man, oh man, I could eat these all day. As I said, a staple. No, I think this is excellent. You know, you can't really go wrong. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Next up in the list, this is the Great Value chicken wiener. It has a bit of snow on it, but that's kind of just essential to the cooling process. You might think it's undercooked, but this is kind of a medium rare. It might look a little different than what you're used to, but us in the hot dog industry kind of prefer that as just the basis of how you cook a dog. I'm not sure what to expect, but you know, here goes nothing. What can I say besides that's excellent? I know, as I said earlier, chickens don't really have wieners, and I thought this was kind of going against God. You know, this is excellent. It's cooked to perfection. You know, I'm getting hints of chicken. I'm getting hints of ketchup in there, which is also nice. Honestly, you can't go wrong. It was super cheap. You cannot go wrong. I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. Coming up next, this is the one where I'm the least sure of what to expect. This is the Butterball 100% Turkey Frank. You know, just because I have no reference point of what a turkey frank is like. You know, in the chicken wiener, I could kind of compare that to the chicken bacon my girlfriend likes. As far as a turkey frank, or this is completely new for me. You know, I'm not too sure what to. This is the one, if you remember, we intentionally dropped in the fire to try and enhance the flavors a little bit. So I'm hoping that plays a part here. Yeah, we're gonna give this a go. Coming at this completely blind, you know, I wasn't even sure I should buy this one because I didn't know if I would have the sort of expertise that you need to, you know, to review this kind of thing. It's really good. I'm getting hints of turkey. For some reason, I'm getting little hints of like smoke and charcoal, which is really like overall adding to the flavor. I'm really excited for this one. I think I will frequent this in the future, and Butterball can make a good turkey frank. That's what I've come to realize today. This is the Juicy Jumbo. This is, as I said earlier, you might be very familiar with if you come from an affluent background. This is kind of the top tier Rolls-Royce Rolex of hot dogs. A pack of 6 was $9.95. It's getting pricey, but if you can afford it, obviously, this is something that like countless hot dog salesmen would recommend. Once again, this one is going to have a little bit of smoky flavors, I'm imagining, because as the Butterball, we intentionally dropped it into the fire. You know, it's just, everyone's had a Juicy Jumbo. No matter who's cooking it, you know, you can't really go wrong. I'm going to give you my first impressions, but you know what to expect. It's a Juicy Jumbo. Oh, man. I know this video I've kind of just been fucking around and eating hot dogs in the woods. Obviously, if you're getting 6 for fucking $9 instead of 12 for like $2.45 or whatever the other ones were, obviously it's gonna be better, but yeah, no shit, it's fucking way better. This is good. Oh, it's a Juicy Jumbo. Really? What can you expect? Us here in the industry, we're quick to recommend this, but it's for good reason. Classic all-around dog made with good ingredients. You know, Schneider's have won countless awards for this, and it's obvious to understand why. It's a Juicy Jumbo. The name holds so much weight. That's all I have to say, and you know I'm having a good dog. You know, that about does it for us today, guys. I'm glad you could come along for this ride with me. It's been a hell of a day. You know, it's been a hell of a process. It's been a lot of work, but it really goes to show you get what you're paying for. When you're in the beautiful outdoors, how could it not taste good? But I appreciate you guys being here with me today. Look forward to more of this kind of stuff in the future, and take care. Have a hot dog tonight, guys. There's going to be a fucking coyote or something that stumbles up upon this, and he's going to have the absolute best day of his life. I'm going to leave that here for them. I do kind of have 36 more hot dogs that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. But, you know, we'll find a place. We might give them out to an elementary school or a halfway house or something, but they're not going to go to waste, so don't worry about that.